Okay, here we are. I'm reviewing my UDL multi-sensory lesson plan. I've looked at the things that you've suggested and I'd like to talk a little bit more about it. I have under attending cue, I had said that students will answer verbally to let the teacher know what they know so far about the subject, and you asked, am I going to post a KWL chart and add information as the lesson progresses? What I kind of thought is the KWL chart, after kids answer, then I can fill something in on the board, like kind of like brainstorm, like so far we know this, we know that, and then that'll kind of lead the discussion further, and it also help with organizing our ideas. Regarding the anticipatory set, I said after watching a nature video which shows things like flooding and avalanches and things like that, I mentioned that ask students if they've ever witnessed anything like that. I figured from kids' personal experiences, or even on watching the video content, they'd be able to touch bases a little more with what we're learning for the day. I'd be perhaps writing it on the board, even drawing it out, like, okay, we know an avalanche is caused by too much snow. What causes too much snow? So again, kind of I'd be doing it on the board to show visuals. We could even draw, the mountain filling up with snow as, more snow falls from the clouds and things like that. When you mentioned, you suggested keeping the water cycle lesson mainly for our island. I agree in that we can keep the water cycle related to like the west side being dry and things like that. But ultimately, we do need to branch out. The standard does mention about the universe, so we do need to cover the rest of the country. That's why I kind of wanted to go into snowfall, flooding, and land erosion to show how, the way a river actually flows does affect the way, the landscape of the land eventually, and in that would cause drought to certain farmers or crops to be destroyed, things like that. So that's why I felt we should go further, not just our island, but further on into the country. The next one was modeling. I really enjoyed your pin the water cycle effect on the map. I thought that sounded really good. I had never thought of that. I thought even maybe I could have added an online science game. I know some teachers, they're able to project their actual computer screen for the whole class to see. So if we could find an online video game or some kind of science comprehension on how to do with the water cycle, and even let the kids fill in the answers, like say, okay, John, what is your answer for this one, number 4? And then we'd actually see the online thing happening virtually within our, right up on the board with everybody else. On the guided practice, you had asked about, I mentioned copy the beginning of a graphic organizer from the board and model with the students. You said, where's the graphic organizer? I kind of didn't know we needed to show one, but it would basically be a specially designed one. Maybe the whole grade level would use the same thing when they teach the water cycle, or maybe it's just one I created, but obviously it would need to be done ahead of time. It would basically list cause and effect. So the first thing, it might say cause, and then there's a line, so maybe the students would fill in the clouds fill up with moisture. What is the effect? Okay, the effect leads to rain, which leads to, here's the next cause I want you to fill in. What does too much rain affect, cause? Okay, too much rain would cause rivers to swell. Okay, what is the effect if too many rivers swell? Well, flooding goes out into the streets. Okay, next part of your graphic organizer. What happens when there's too much flooding on the land? Oh, okay, let's think about that. If there's too much flooding on the land, it has to go out somewhere. Land erosion, our sand will be evaporated, it goes out to the ocean, we don't see it again, our beaches get smaller, things like that. So that's what I thought as far as how the graphic organizer would really run based on the water cycle for 3rd grade. Okay, I just wanted to make those changes to my lesson plan. You gave me a 31 out of 33, so I guess being the perfectionist I am, maybe I'm hoping for 33 out of 33, but wanted to discuss further with you. Okay, thank you.